So you want to move to the Smokies, huh? Came here on a weekend. You thought to yourself, I could really move to the mountains. The mountains are calling me. Well, I'm here to tell you that that weekend getaway is much different than actually living here day in and day out. I'm at the village here behind me, this fountain. So if you do decide to move here, this could be your daily relaxation. So I decided to put together a list of pros and cons to living in the area, and my list might be different than yours. I thought first I would tell you a little bit about myself, probably give you an idea why I made the list and made the selections that I did. Let's go on the strip and we're going to talk a little more. I've been fortunate enough to have traveled all over the world, from Europe to Asia and various parts of the Middle East. I've also lived in Los Angeles for quite some time, around West Hollywood, and even South Florida, down in Boca Raton, and opposite on the Gulf side in Naples, and even a little stint in Central Florida as well. So I'd say I have a pretty eclectic background to where I have traveled and things I've experienced. I also went to the University of Michigan, where I did my graduate and my undergraduate work. Even currently, I am in higher education. So do you want to hear the bad or the good first? Okay, let's start with the bad. Number one is the traffic. As you can see, I am in downtown Gatlinburg right now, and at various times of the year, various events, it can be absolutely standstill here, traffic, and not just Gatlinburg, but Pigeon Forge. I just happen to be here now, and it's just completely backed up. Now, this did not come as a surprise to me when I moved here, because I've lived in high traffic areas and high tourist areas in the past. So this was something that I expected, and it never bothers me. If you guys watch my videos, you know I always talk about how the traffic really kind of energizes me. I love seeing the people, and I love seeing people having a good time here. But if that's something that might be a factor for you, and you don't want to be in a place with a lot of traffic at various times of the year, and it's really becoming almost all year round, there's something going on, then that might be something that you might want to consider. Now, number two are the snakes. Yes, you heard me, the snakes. It is something that I did not expect moving here, and I have seen more snakes living here than I have in my entire life. Just in the few months that I even first moved here, I saw various snakes everywhere. And I'm talking not just hiking, but I have seen them everywhere, from Dollywood to here in Gatlinburg, just kind of walking around. It's just been quite the shock, quite the surprise. I'm not a fan of snakes, so that is something that really did startle me, and it's been an adjustment even now. And I have a pool, an in-ground pool, where I occasionally will even find them in my filter. So it's been a surprise. It's been a surprise. And along with snakes, also the bugs. And I think that's a given when you live in the South. You live in a warmer climate. That's something that I remember living in Florida. There are going to be more bugs in a climate that is warmer. That wasn't so much that surprised me, but the snakes is something that really surprised me. I couldn't imagine ever seeing as many snakes as I have since I've lived here. Now, my neighbors and people do tell me that the snakes that we do have, they're relatively harmless. There's only a few select snakes in eastern Tennessee that are venomous. So that's I know that most of them, and all the ones that I've seen, have been harmless. It's still startling to see them. Number three is there's no nightlife here. And I don't just mean the entire bar scene, and I mean things tend to shut down here early. So around 10 to 11, most places do start closing shop. So if this is something that might be an issue for you, it was a surprise for me, because most of the places that I've ever lived in had 24-hour locations everywhere. So if I wanted a bite to eat after Dollywood, or if I had a late night in Gatlinburg walking around here in the strip and I wanted something to grab on the way home, there really is a limited amount of places that are even open that late. Even a lot of fast food places close up around 10 to 11. So that was kind of a surprise and adjustment for me. But I've kind of learned to work around it, pack a few snacks if I know that I'm going to be late in the evening, like at Dollywood or at the parks or wherever. Around here, we kind of go to sleep a little bit earlier. Number 4 are the allergies. Now, I've always had seasonal allergies. But since I have moved here, my allergies have been the worst they have ever been. I mean, I have to take a Zyrtec almost year round. And I did, the first year when we moved here, I talked to my doctor, and she did say that Tennessee is one of the worst states for allergies. Pollen does come up sooner in the year, so that's a big part of it. So if you're someone that struggles already with allergies and you have a hard time maybe in a cold climate with your allergies, you probably will have even a harder time here, because the allergies are, in my experience, 10 times worse than anywhere. And I'm telling you, even Florida too, I find that the allergies here are different than anywhere else I've ever been. Number 5 is the food. And don't come at me for this. I know we have some great food here in the Smokies, but I am used to diversity and different types of foods from all over the world. Everywhere that I have lived has seemed to have offered different types of food, different types of cuisines, from the best Italian to the best Chinese. I have yet to find a good Chinese restaurant here in the Smokies. I think it's impossible. But also everything from Indian food to food from all over the world. That is something I will never get used to living here. I miss my food. Yes, we have some great food here. We have some wonderful Southern cuisine, but aside that, we're really limited on different types of variety. So that is something that I miss. Okay, enough with the negative. Let's move on with some positives, because there are many of those here as well. Let's move on to some of the pros. Number 1 is there's no state income tax here, which is a huge plus. It means more money in your pocket. Next are the local discounts. This is huge in this area. There's what's called Sevier County Days, where Sevier County, which is the county that Gatlinburg and Sevierville, the main county in this area, they offer Sevier County discounts, but also neighboring county discounts. And this is a time that you can take advantage of checking out some maybe restaurants that you've never been in, even as a local, and even attractions. So the attractions and the restaurants in the area really do a nice job at catering and giving back to the locals in the area. So that's a huge perk. We take advantage of it all the time with the restaurants and even the attractions. And number 3 comes to no surprise at all. It's probably the biggest reason why most people decide they want to move here. It's the close proximity to the national park, which includes all of the beautiful views that come along with it. There's no surprise that we have some of the most amazing views that I've ever seen anywhere in the world. We have beautiful mountains and the colorscapes throughout the year and the waterfalls. It just makes it a place of heaven here for many. Number 4 is that we have the 4 seasons here. However, it is very mild. We have a very temperate, very mild climate. So in the winters, although we may receive some snow, it is none like anything that we would have received up north in Michigan. So it's very mild. I can keep my pool year-round open, and I turn it into a spa in the wintertime, something that I could have never even dreamt of doing up north. So that's something that I'm very grateful for. It's one of the biggest reasons why I actually decided for us to move back down south. Number 5 are all of the outdoor activities that this area has to offer. We have everything from hiking to various walking trails to waterfall trails to you name it. We have everything that you can imagine that you can do outside. Even some rafting and tubing and things that I even haven't even had a chance to explore quite yet. So with the warmer climates, there are a lot more outdoor activities that you can partake in. So if you're an outdoorsy person, this area would be perfect for you. And number 6 is all of the attractions that we have in this area. And that's not just Dollywood. Dollywood is just one of them. We have a plethora of attractions, both in Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg, and even the neighboring areas, even into Knoxville. There's so much to see and do, and there's something being built and brought into the area, it seems, daily. So if you're a person that loves to have attractions, kind of like a little even mini Disney World type of experience, this area does offer it. We have all kinds of rides to experiences such as escape rooms to just various types of attractions in the entire area. With how many attractions there are in the area, you could do them daily and redo them, and they wouldn't get old because there's something new all the time. And everything from moonshine samplings to rides to different experiences is just, there's a lot. Ultimately, it just depends on what's important to you. So if you're considering to move to the area, I would suggest making a list of things that are important to you in your area where you want to live and kind of rate them in order. And depending on what is on your list, this might be the perfect area for you, or it might not be. But if there's one thing that I can suggest the most after having moved here and living here for almost 3 years, is that do your research. Just because you love an area that you love to visit and it's your weekend getaway and it's your paradise, it doesn't mean that it is a place that you may want to call home, or maybe it is. We love living here and it truly is paradise, so it was a great choice for us, but do your homework and make sure that your next move is a home for you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all of you. If you have not already, please do consider subscribing for vlogs here in the Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg area. And remember, it is not the same without you.